Everybody, welcome to our Corona kitchen in Jamaica. I'm Michelle.
I'm Suzanne.
It's been a long time since we've seen you. We're all on the lockdown, and so we figured that we would share some recipes from Caribbean potluck and provisions that we've been doing at home that are like super easy, affordable,
super tasty, and very tropical. So it's feel-good food that makes you feel it's comfort food, but with a sort of tropical or certainly a Jamaican flavor profile.
And also with stuff you have in the pantry.
While of course day drinking, as Michelle has taken to doing every day, which I think a lot of people are doing during these stressful times.
Yes, so we're gonna actually share a really nice day drinking cocktail that is super easy. Maybe we should have mixed that one before we started because it's also very hot down here.
Yeah, super hot all the time, and so we're now taken to wearing shorts all day long like we did when we were 15. But yes, it's okay.
Yeah, we will celebrate the fact that we can put on shorts when we wake up in the day. So the first thing that we're gonna do
first let's tell them what we're doing.
Yes, exactly.
So what we're gonna do is our version of what's the most delicious and easy comfort food, which is a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup, which is both of them are in our cookbooks. The soup is in our first cookbook, Caribbean Potluck. The sandwich is in our second one, Provisions, so it's easy to get. We also share the recipes with you, and they have a little bit of a Jamaican twist in that we've added Jamaican flavors to them, and they are scrumptious.
So the first thing we're going to do is the tomato soup. This is very quick, very simple. What we've done here is
basic ingredients.
Basic ingredients. You need 24 plum tomatoes, so we're counting it in numbers. This serves about 4 people. If you're serving it with the sandwich, it could serve up to 6, but 4 is good. So we got 24 plum tomatoes that we've peeled, seeded, and diced. If you do not want to go through this step, you can also use canned tomatoes. We like to use fresh.
Fresh always tastes better, so we would recommend, if you can, go for fresh.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do first, we've got some diced onions here, just 1 medium onion diced. We have a half of a scotch bonnet that's seeded and slivered. We have a head of scallion, and then we have some tomato paste, and we actually have a whole head of garlic that we drizzled some olive oil on, and we put it in the oven to roast at 350.
And the beautiful whole scotch bonnet here, which I know that a habanero, if you're in the States, can replace, but nothing like a Jamaican scotch bonnet.
And again, if you don't have that, you have pepper sauce, use that.
Or chili pepper or any other kind of pepper. I think the point of this time is to be practical and to substitute, so where you don't have something, try to do something else.
And then to finish, to make it creamy, we're going to use a little coconut milk. And we don't use stock, we use water. If you want to use vegetable stock, you can. Water is cheaper.
We're using olive oil. You could use coconut oil. You could also add to the flavor because there's coconut milk in it.
You could add vegetable oil. So what we're going to do here, about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a pan.
That was already heating.
And then to that, just add our onions, scotch bonnet. You can always adjust the heat after the fact, and then the scallion. Again, like this is like a super quick recipe, so. We're gonna let that cook a little bit. I'll add a bit of salt just to bring the flavor in there. And once this is starting to soften, which is pretty much, because we've preheated the pan, is happening rather quickly. We're going to take our tomato.
We British say tomato. I think Americans say tomato.
And we're going to cook this literally, I don't know, 5 minutes, because you're just kind of trying to get the flavors to start to blend and, you know, get it ready. And then while that is cooking, after about 5 minutes, which obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons about. We're not measuring anything. In Corona kitchen, we don't measure.
No, this is all about just going off instinct and taste and making it super easy and super fun. Because I've found with my 2 sons at home, who are driving me crazy a lot of the time, that I'm really looking to make practical stuff, easy stuff that doesn't require a whole lot of different pots and a whole lot of washing up, because I'm also doing a lot of that. And you know, this is delicious and it makes you feel good, and it really goes well with rum and coconut water,
yeah,
which I may have to pour for Michelle in a minute.
Yeah, well, you know. The other thing too is that's essential is that you have to put on music. If you can find an old Bob Marley playlist, maybe you can get, I think they have some playlists on My Jamaica on Spotify. You know, some old ska, little rock steady, that would go down well, little Ernest Smith. Yeah, Chronic, some modern style, a little bit of coffee, you know, not the drink, although we do that too every day, but the musician. So if you look a little closer now, you will see that the tomato paste has sort of blended into these tomatoes, or tomatoes as we say, and given you a little bit of a richer color, and obviously it's going to add an enhanced flavor. Now what we're going to do in the interim, so when we peeled and seeded those tomatoes, so essentially we already peeled the tomatoes, so to do that you kind of mark an X at the top, you dunk it in some hot water, tear off the skin, and you squeeze out the juice. So we kept the juice with the seeds, and then actually strain that, because we don't want the seeds in the soup, but you do want the liquid. No, this is a pretty thin strainer, but you could do a thicker strainer, I think, as long as you're getting the majority of your liquid without these little seeds that are just going to be an annoyance in a creamy, sort of smooth soup. Ooh. See, we have some background sound. Okay, and so then we're going to add that. So now the tomatoes themselves are going to sprout some juice as they're cooking. And then we're just going to add a little bit of water. I would say about a cup, not much. Now if you have vegetable stock, you could use that at this point. And then we're just going to let this simmer for about 20 minutes. We're not going to over season it right now. We put a little bit of salt, already smells good. Put a little bit of salt in the on the onions when we were cooking it. But we're actually just going to finish it with all the seasonings at the end. And in the meantime, let me check on this garlic that we have in the oven. Maybe ready. Yeah, so we have a whole head of garlic. Yep, perfect.
Yum. And
Yum. It already smells amazing in the kitchen. So we have a whole head of garlic here that we had drizzled some olive oil on, popped that in the oven before we started doing anything to roast. And it's a little hot now, but what we're really going to do is just, we're going to pop out these cloves, kind of smash them, add that to the soup, and then we're just going to
puree everything and add the coconut milk and then puree everything.
And once we've done that, that gives us a little time to make a cocktail.
We're going to share the recipe so everybody can see. This is from our book Potluck. So it's super easy. If you can't keep abreast of what we're doing here, we've given the recipe to share. And this is our first book, Caribbean Potluck. And we used to serve this all the time in the restaurant. And it's currently on our summer house menu here. And it was a big favorite of ours. So, I mean, we love this soup. We do it all the time. And I think it's not the typical tomato soup because the coconut milk and the scotch bonnet and the roasted garlic certainly add a little bit of a different flavor profile.
A nice kind of sweetness, the coconut milk.
It's scrumptious. And when we show you how we're going to turn up the little grilled cheese, it's going to make it all very
full of spice.
very yummy.
We've just added the roasted garlic. This has been simmering about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So we're gonna press pause on that. We're gonna make a few cocktails to drink in the interim.
Yeah.
We're gonna blend out that soup and finish it, and then we're gonna make our grilled cheese. Putting this back in here now. Yum. Looks good already. Gonna add coconut milk, a cup. A little bit of brown sugar, about a teaspoon, just to kill that acid of the tomato. Enhance. Fresh cracked pepper. Nice and salt. Fresh brown salt. There you go. It's gonna get nice and creamy. blender doesn't really do the job.
So it's the best part of the day as far as we're concerned because it's a lot of making going on these afternoons, the cocktail hour. So this is the Jamaican julep that has come from our second book provisions that Michelle's going to tell you a bit about what goes into it. It's our take on a traditional southern julep, which of course in this heat is the perfect drink. And ours of course is made with our beloved Jamaican rum, the best in the world. So we have some wonderful apples in here to start. So I will talk you through the very simple process and Michelle will be my assistant for a change. There haven't been heard.
What we're going to do, we're going to macerate the pineapple in a little bit of rum, and then we're just going to take the rind of an orange, we don't have lime, couldn't get that, and some brown sugar, and we're just going to start to muddle that together in a container. Once that is
so we have about nice mint julep cups by chance.
Then we're going to add to that a little bit of orange juice to sort of help to dissolve the. I mean, you can just add the rum here at this point.
And we could also add some mint.
Yeah.
Because we love mint and I happen to have fresh mint.
Yeah. So we can, we're kind of ad-libbing the recipe, but it's kind of like a mint.
I mean, I think this is the time that we ad-lib a lot because I think we're also not necessarily having as much available in supermarkets. And so I think everybody's just trying to live off what's in their pantries and like make things work for them. So
I'm gonna add a splash of bitters at this point. We love bitters. And
essentially in the Caribbean we use Angostura bitters. It's the best there is. Although you could use any kind of bitters. Right. And then I'm gonna add the rum. We like it a little bit strong. And we're gonna share this, so I'm gonna do one.
We don't have shaker and all of that, so we're gonna go without. But if you have a shaker at home,
we're gonna go old school.
Shake it. In the meantime, I'm gonna prepare the glasses.
And I think we're gonna add, because this recipe doesn't necessarily call for it, but I think what we'd like to add is a little bit of sparkling water because it's daytime. This could be a little strong, but of course, feel free to just go for it. So here we go.
So we've got the blend. Let's just strain it.
Yeah. How much is in there? I can't see. And then for me.
Can't waste any rum.
You know this home tank style running. The home running is a little bit more basic.
We're not really bartenders.
And the kitchen, let me finish off this. The kitchen runnings. And we never said we were bartenders, and you can come back over here for that. Right?
And I like the mint in it. Just drop that in there.
Since you're the whiskey source, I'll give you. Then I think we decided we got some pegs of orange to make it a little bit more tropical.
Then we macerated this pineapple in rum. It's kind of giving us a sangria vibe here.
Right. We're gonna go one in each. Then we are gonna do a splash of sparkling water. That's already chilled. Yeah. Just because it's daytime and it might make you drop down, and Michelle can drink much more than me.
Look, we all have our vices.
And give it a little stir.
And a nice peg of orange in there. Cheers! Plantain chips, snack. Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome to life in the Jamaican COVID times.
Cheers.
Cheers. So bitters makes it kick.
Yeah, and a little bit of the citrus is good. And so let's go on to making our grilled cheese sandwiches, and we're ready to eat.
Yay! Well, the drinks are working in our favor. So here is the pepper grilled cheese. It's on page 42 of the book with the caramelized onions and fresh pepper jelly. We are going to share the recipe for you, so we won't be keeping it only to ourselves. And does it look scrumptious?
This makes for about 4 sandwiches. Obviously, we're using good old Jamaican hardo bread here.
Half a Jamaican sandwich with hardo bread.
And you can use any blend of cheeses. We have mozzarella, cheddar, a little bit of Emmental or Swiss. Overall, if you're making 4 sandwiches, you want about 8 ounces of cheese. And then we're going to have a little bit of Parmesan to put on the top. So what we're doing is we're spreading one side of the bread with a little Dijon mustard.
Because it adds a little bit of acid and a little kick. That's expected.
The other side of the bread, we will add a spread of pepper jelly. It doesn't have to be a lot because we can serve pepper jelly on the side. If you want to skip this step,
or put, sorry, go ahead. I put it on the wrong side.
Yeah.
You can skip this step. You could replace it with mango chutney.
Sorrel
chutney, with peach chutney, with any kind of other spicy pepper jelly that you have or chutney that you have. There's no fixed thing. I mean, we just happen to have pepper jelly, so we're working with that.
We're each going to do our own because we like our grilled cheeses a little bit different. So
Are you just trying to compete with me, Michelle? Maybe
you
you're
can
just
get
trying
it
to outdo me.
Let's see who can get it done first.
so
Yes, we're childish.
I like the Swiss at the base, and I like to.
I do too. I guess I'll copy you.
Yes, indeed. This is what happens when the bigger sister really emulates the little sister. So as you saw, we kind of sauteed up. This is a pepper grilled cheese, and it kind of reminiscent of like a pepper roti.
Yes.
With cheese in it.
Yes, in Trinidad they eat this peppery soda roti. It's really delicious.
So you have scotch bonnet, you have ginger, and a little bit of salt on these onions, and I love onions cooked like this. Not sweetened caramelized onions, just wilted.
Okay. Right. So we get rid of the pan here.
And then, whatever blend you want, so I'm gonna put cheddar and mozzarella. What you gonna
I'm
do?
gonna have some Parmesan
In it?
and
My God. She's a rebel. She's putting Parmesan
Cheddar.
on the sandwich.
cheddar.
Put a
And
little Parmesan too then.
because you have to do everything that I do. Do you feel like you want to come and have lunch with us right about now? Between the rum, the soup, and the sandwich? I think it's gonna work out
This
real
harder
well.
bread, smash it on top.
Press it down.
And let's
nice
get
and tight. And I mean
our
harder
cheese
bread.
pan and a little butter. As the rum has come, the cooking has gotten more sloppy.
But we're enjoying ourselves, which is really what's important.
While Suzanne gets the plates ready, because we're getting ready to eat, I am I've melted some butter in a pan. And I'm gonna put mine to the top, because I am the top. The Tapinari is the big boss, and I'm putting hers at the bottom. Alright? So we're just gonna press it. You know, harder bread is dense. It's called hard dough because the dough is hardened. So what they do is they roll it through the roller multiple times, and a lot of air pockets come out of the dough. So it gives for a denser, they add also a little bit of lard and fat when we're making harder bread. So it gives a denser kind of bread that is thicker naturally, which is decadent and delicious, but
Very fattening.
very fattening. And sometimes when making things like grilled cheese sandwich, sandwiches, the heat doesn't permeate the bread as easily as a bread that has a lot of air pockets. So what we have to do a bit is like press it to get it that, sort of flattened way that we like it. And then we're gonna flip it and then press again on the other side. We're gonna top it with a little Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna pop that sucker in the oven to broil over. And then we're gonna serve it up with our soup. And then we're good to go. Nothing like fried bread. You know this is kind of ready when it gets kind of thin.
You see that I make her do all the work while I decorate the place and drink.
Trust me, I'm drinking too. Especially like it's hot. Let's put this now onto my pan, which is actually really the drip pan from the toaster oven, but desperate times call for desperate measures. We don't have the things that we would have in a commercial kitchen at home, and that's just the reality. So it's about being practical. So I'm putting parm on top. You could put other cheeses, no cheese, less cheese, whatever. But I want to broil this nice and crispy. So we've cranked up the oven a bit to like 400. And I'm gonna pop that in there. Melt, broil, and then we're gonna get ready to serve. All right, so we're ready to serve up.
And she serves me usually.
Well,
So I'm
she made
waiting
the drinks today.
Since
so
we're having our lunch here in the kitchen.
she made the drinks today, so I'm gonna do the service. So we've got, that's gorgeous.
And that looks scrumptious.
And I'm gonna garnish that. We've decided you can garnish it with anything.
We love goat's cheese.
goat's cheese, some fresh basil.
So we have it here.
The recipe in the book actually calls for thyme, but we couldn't get any, so we didn't do that today. And then,
I just tear it up. So you're all
yeah, just tear it, forget the cutting and all of that. And then, pièce de résistance.
Oh wow. So good.
Oh,
Well, Michelle, look at what we did today.
look at what we did. Now, I don't know which is yours, but I'm gonna put it on there. We can cut it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut mine.
We put some pepper jelly on the side.
If you have a,
If you would like to serve that with some chips or whatever, we use plantain chips. You know, some people put chips on the side of sandwiches and stuff. Put little plantain chips. So very good.
the thing with
Wow.
this soup is that
And look at the onions with the cheese melted. So into it.
the thing with this soup is that
I'm
the
ready.
coconut milk adds a kind of sweetness to it. Cheers, my sister.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us. We hope these simple and yummy recipes will make you feel like home and make your home feel a little bit like Jamaica. If you are from Jamaica, if you're not from Jamaica, give you a taste of a very traditional non-Jamaican item that we've added a lot of Jamaican flavor to.
And if you are feeling low, just put on a little music because reggae will always lift the spirits. Pour a glass of rum, and we wish you well, be safe,
Stay home.
be smart, stay home, and do everything that you're being asked to do because this too shall pass.
Yeah.
Cheers
Sending lots of love.
from Jamaica.
Bye.